Hi, welcome. I'm Sandra Robbins and welcome to Be You, Be True TV. This is our week 2. And today I want to talk about your inner power of success. Now, this is a great question that someone asked me. She said, some days I wake up and feel great, and sometimes I look in the mirror and I just don't like what I see. How can I be more consistent? So thank you, that's an amazing question. I think this happens with everyone. How is it we can look in the mirror one day and we think we're all happening, and overnight it's like we've taken the ugly drug and boom, there we are, ugly, and nothing's working? Well, we know that's not true. So what is it? When we look in the mirror and all is well, we look good, then we feel good about ourselves, then we project well. Then of course we attract positive responses, and then we feel about the way that we look, we feel great about it. And so the cycle just keeps going. I believe within all of us we have our own core power base, and how we feel about ourselves is an indicator of how activated our personal power is. So for me, it all depends on how I'm feeling, and how I'm feeling is an indication of how on track with my life I am. And when I feel good, my core power base is activated, because then I project well, I have a positive response, and then lo and behold, I look good. So strengthening your inner core physically and spiritually is how you can build your self-esteem, confidence, and own your own power base. This is how you own your own beauty. When you are constantly looking in the mirror and you feel good about yourselves, and having more days that you feel good about yourself is a guide to how strong your core is. So how do we do this? Well, I found a great little exercise that works for me, and it strengthens up my power base. So what I do is I imagine myself in a circle. So I draw an imaginary line around me, I close my eyes, and I think of a time that I felt really on top of my game and life was good for me. I really get into it and feel that feeling. I feel it in my stomach, I feel it in my heart, and I get that sensation happening in my body, and I bring it to the present. Then I remember what it was to feel really loved. I get a memory of how that feels for me, and how magnificent it is, and I get that in my body too. And then I remember looking in the mirror at the time when I feel beautiful, and I sit with this feeling for as long as possible. And this is what I call my power circle. I lock this feeling in my mind and I catalogue it, ready to use when life feels a bit tough, when I'm looking in the mirror and I'm not looking so good. Because you know what? I didn't take an ugly pill. I always go to this place to draw some strength from, and I get in touch with these types of feelings. I'm not one for meditating, so I tend to draw on these feelings when I'm walking my dog. And for me, nature really gets me in touch with that, and I often feel really, really great when I walk. So I anchor this in, and I build my building blocks of feeling good about myself. So when I'm going through a phase, and I could have sworn that someone's put some ugly pill in my drink, and I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the mirror, I anchor myself back into these feelings. Because you know what? I prefer these feelings. So this is a great little exercise to kick us off into the new year. I hope it's been helpful for you, and I'd love to know how you break the ugly drug blues. So go over to sandrarobbins.com and leave a comment. And if you liked what you're hearing, then subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. And if you want even more great resources to create better results in your life and a wardrobe you love, plus extra tips from me that I can only put in an email, then come over to sandrarobbins.com and sign up for my email updates. Until next week, I'll see you then.